It was always hard for me to get along with the people in my school. Hell, it took everything just to get along with my parents. It's always Melissa this and Melissa that. Sometimes I just wish that I could get in my car and run away. If I had a license, that is. I'm too young in my state. How nice it would be to just drive into the sunset and go wherever my heart may roam. Maybe even meet a cute guy along the way with any luck. People always hated me because I kinda came from a broken home, and as a result, I kinda shut down. I'm more of an introvert, and I prefer it this way. I can't hide my distaste for people. I don't talk to people too often, and even when I do, it's rather brief and without a purpose. I threw away the bogus illusion society calls faith a long time ago. I can't tell you how many times I have been approached by religious fanatics wanting me to join their puppy perfect little cult. I guess when you think about it, it wouldn't be that bad, dancing around a cross and worshipping a statue of Jesus on Sundays. What's next? Fucking drinking strychnine and pulling a Heaven's Gate mass suicide? Yeah, that level of fucked up I am so over. Hell, if losing your virginity is such a sin, what the fuck would any god want to do with me anyway? No matter. I have my own virtues and vices. I practice occultism and black magic. I'll be honest. It's not that I believe in it or anything. It's more of less an outlet, more of a hopeful pretense practice. That maybe something will come at it. Just a notch to change my life and make things less fucking boring. I get sent to the principal's office probably once every several weeks, and directed to the school counselor's office because, well, why lie? I'm a fucking cutter. Go ahead and judge me. I also have piercings and tattoos that my freelance friends did themselves. But the biggest reason I hate myself so much that I couldn't give a fuck less of what happens to me is because, well, it's hard to talk about, but I don't care anymore. Nor do I even care who reads this and finds out the truth. People need to know exactly what results within these people's fucked up ways. I used to be the pious, go to church every Sunday girl, with all the best intentions of love and God in my heart, even though I didn't even know who the fuck he was. I believed what others believed because I was a follower. Sometimes I wondered if worshiping God meant condoning his ways. And for those of you who have actually opened up and read anything in the Bible, that would scare the fuck out of you. But this isn't about God. This is about what people have turned me into. So, this is where my story will begin. One day at school, I was passing out flyers for the high school junior, senior prom, and I wanted to go. I had bought a beautiful black dress that cascaded down my body in such a fluid shape and size that complimented my slim figure. I was a junior at the time, and I had my eyes on a cute emo boy named Jacob. I think what attracted me to him is that one day, during class, I got him looking at me while doodling on a piece of paper. And in big bold print letters was my name, along with a picture of me with angel wings. It goes without saying that this was the sweetest gesture someone had ever done behind my back. Let's face it, not too many people want to do good behind people's backs. I tried to conjure up the courage to talk to him. This was the day I would ask him to prom. I had the utmost confidence he would say yes. Plus, what's sweeter than a sensitive emo guy going to prom with a girl that's, well, by nature bubbly? I approached him, and with gusto and faith in myself, I asked him out to the prom. I was vulnerable now, and my defenses hit the ground. I hadn't stopped to think for 1 second how I would react if he said no. But then he opened his mouth and responded with a disheartened no. A no that almost sounded guilty and pitiful. Fuck him. How could he just say no and walk away like I didn't drop every ounce of courage into my effort? I went home later that night and resorted to what I usually do when shit goes wrong in my life. I cut repeatedly. Something about my blood just dripping down my arm had such a spellbinding effect on me. It was actually mesmerizing for some odd reason. It was my solace, my own little time to myself, between me and my thoughts. It was hypnotizing. Images of rejection, not just from Jacob, but from the same sick fucking looks I get from everyone who has met me cross my path. All I ever wanted was a friend, and if not a friend, then just one man to love and make me his everything. And if I had that, to hell with everyone else. I think this just may be it. I think I'm done now. I just want to be taken away from this life. I clutched my blade tighter, making each cut more intimate and harder. I slit through, starting to feel lightheaded and drifting in and out of consciousness. I felt a sense of elation and liberation from this comfortable numbness that overcame me. I closed my eyes, letting my life just drift away as I fall to the floor from my bed. I died. Even though my body was losing blood faster than could be saved at this point, I could still hear my heartbeat slowly palpitate in my chest, slowing second by second. I can hear everything. I could smell everything, as if the world was new, like a vivid dream or astral projection. I could see myself from above my body, watching my blood pool around my, staining my bleach blonde hair into a most wonderful scarlet ruby red. This feeling was pure ecstasy. I was for the first time feeling a peace in my last moments of life that death fulfilled. I was captured in death's beauty and the wonder that awaited me after I completely pass on. I felt that this was not a spiritual experience I was undergoing, but rather my mind's last stand as I said farewell to my mortal body. I closed my eyes from the residual state I was in. Upon closing my eyes, I opened them and found myself standing somewhere I was not familiar with. I was standing before a door in a dark place, maybe a room or something, I am not completely sure, but the door was wooden and blue. I knocked on it, just to be responded with a hollow echo from the light wood. I hesitated and cautiously opened the door slowly, turning the door handle. Taking a deep breath, I opened the door to walk in. What greeted me was something I have never seen before, and beyond my worst nightmares. A dark figure with broken black membranous wings and black cold eyes. The figure had no skin, just bone and exomembranous flesh. Its teeth were razor sharp, and his presence made me sweat and feel anxious. I slowly approached the figure, wondering what this wonderland I was inhabiting was. Where the fuck was I? Was I in hell? Who the hell is this creature? The creature opened his mouth and in a deep, grotesque voice told me things I shouldn't hear. You are alive, my child. You are here as a result of your discretions against God. I am Levican. I am a fallen guardian angel, if you will. You are here because you do not respect the life you have been given. I am here to show you pain. Pain that will make nightmares seem like your happy place. Down here, you'll be raped, tortured, burned, and eaten over and over again until mercy is shown on you from above. You are a product of every whore that stepped foot in your lineage. All of your ancestors, even the whores of Babylon, make up your bitter bloodline. I am the angel of blood, and you will know suffering. A flash of light flashed before my eyes, and I woke up pinned down to a stiff, broken, splintery board. My hands were nailed as well as my feet, like I was crucified. I couldn't breathe. The pain was unbearable, my screams echoing and reverberating through this empty place. I was stabbed repeatedly, raped with objects I couldn't identify, and they blinded me over and over again, pouring blood into my eyes. And the angel spoke to me again, this time in an angered and irritated tone. You will know the harm that you inflict upon yourself is nowhere near what we have in store for you, little girl. When you die, you will be here with us forever, and I promise you, you will have nothing but time here. We have nothing but time in our hands. I screamed and cursed and cajoled for a way to escape my captivity. I was finished. I was in hell, getting what my soul deserved. Well, this is what I wanted. I toyed with things beyond my power and had no appreciation for the life I was given. I knew that I belonged here and had no right to plead to go back, to live again. The beast tore at me, ripping my flesh to shreds with instruments of torture. Serrated instruments, covering every surface of every tool that was used to defile or harm my body. I knew I was done for. Every time, more damage was done to me. Within moments, my entire body would be completely healed. But the agony never ceased for a moment. Someone please, wake me up. I'm sorry. Please. I want out. I need out. I will never take my life for granted again. Please don't let me stay here. I'm scared. I don't want to die. The moment I screamed this to the top of my lungs, I took a deep breath, and the same flash of light came over my eyes. I was awake in a white room, surrounded by bright fluorescent lights. Doctors and surgeons surrounding me with their respirator masks and magnifying eyewear. I was in a hospital room. My eyes were starting to open. I heard in a very muffled, muted tone,
"She's waking up, dear God. She's waking up. What a miracle. Open your eyes. Stay with us, Melissa."
I was alive. I was alive. It was almost hard to believe. The doctors resuscitated me, and after several blood transfusions and little doses of epinephrine to get my heart going into rhythm, when I woke in the general hospital room, I was in disbelief. I was alive. I was free. I wasn't in hell. I thanked God above that someone saved me, and a bigger eye in the sky was watching out for me, but then it happened. I looked out my hospital room window wanting to see the sun again, but all I saw was the rain trickling down the window. No. Fuck. No. No. No! I cursed. The rain on the window wasn't rain at all. It was blood.